Welcome to this full moon in Taurus lunar vibe session with me, your host, Amina Hextol. I'm an intuitive guide, a tarot expert, a master certified spiritual life coach. I am also a healer, an energy shifter, mindset adjuster, so that you can step into your full manifestation abilities. And most of all, I am a light worker. And I welcome you into my sacred space. I'm just using some Palo Santo to clear the energy. So guys, we're going to take 4 deep grounding breaths before we get started, just so that we can ground. We can get into an energy of gratitude for this morning or evening or afternoon when you are viewing this, and just being blessed enough to be here to do so. So today, instead of taking our breaths in through the mouth, out through the mouth, we're going to take our breaths in through the nose and out through your nose. And each of those breaths are going to be in connection to the planet, to all of the forces that be of light, and in gratitude for this life. Whether you're happy in it or not, you're alive. And that's a reason to be grateful. There are many people who aren't here anymore. In fact, I went to bed last night learning that Judith Jamison passed away. She's an iconic African-American dancer that I grew up idolizing, not just because she was a beautiful dancer, but because she was the opposite of what I was always told growing up a dancer should look like. She was, first of all, I've always been very tall, me and my sisters. And what that meant is you always get put in the back. You never get the partners because there's no guys tall enough for you. You're like kind of always in the back. And what Alvin Ailey did with Judith Jamison is he brought her to the front. And he showed other young African-American girls or black girls in general that you could be tall, you could be long, you could have presence, you know, and you could still move beautifully and gracefully. And I send her peace and blessings as she transitions and crosses over into her next lifetime or into the next realm, whatever is awaiting her. But in that sense, we all need to step in to an energy of presence. We are here now at this present time for a reason. Let's make the most of it. So let me get my Tibetan bowl, because I do want to shake up the energy a bit. Shake it up and call in some more light energy. Ancestors have been really, I don't want to say really close lately, because the ancestors are always rocking with me, like always on me. But I think, as people would say, the veil is fading, where you feel like it's them and us. Now it just feels like it's us, like that. Okay, let's breathe, y'all. In through the nose in gratitude, out through the nose. I say still in gratitude, but every time you exhale, relax even more. And you could be seated or standing, eyes open or closed. Okay? The whole point is to focus on gratitude and the air that's entering your body and leaving. It's the same process you're meant to go through during every moon phase. Taking in that love and light, the new air, and releasing what is outdated and stale and needs to go. All right, ready? Breathe. And out. Relax your face muscles, relax your body. Breathe in, connecting to the earth and all the light forces that be. Breathe out. Relax. All is well. Breathe in. You are light, you are love, you are abundant. And breathe out any doubt, any worry. Ashe, Amen, Amen. So I want to activate the solar plexus chakra. Why I chose this chakra for this full moon is because this full moon is going to require you to do some things that require you to be confident. And the solar plexus, if it ain't doing what it's supposed to be doing, you gonna be like not feeling confident. Your self-determination could be a little on the low side, and your willpower to see something through is gonna be a little shaky. So one of the first things I did to start off in the energy of self-confidence was I put on my face paint today. Okay, I know some of you might have been looking like, what the hell is that on her face? I haven't done my face paint in a minute because you know, it takes a lot of confidence to just face paint. A lot of people, they put on face paint when they're gonna do an ethnic number, a traditional cultural dance, ceremony, and stuff like that. I put on my face paint as a connection to my ancestors and my guides. It's also a reminder to me of my connection to my ancestors and my guides. And it activates certain energies for me. So I'm going to explain the inspiration behind the face paint for today. So my face paint for today, let me come in close. Here on my chin, I usually do this, it's a crossroads. But not only is it a crossroads, because I always feel like when we're going through a lunar cycle, we're at a crossroads, you know what I'm saying? And you have a choice to either keep going on the path you're on, if it works for you, or to go in another direction, if there's something better. And I feel like humans, as people, we always have that choice. So I like to put that there as a reminder, you always have a choice. And it's something that also stuck with me. I watch a lot of superhero movies, y'all. And I was watching Fantastic Four. That's my favorite. My favorite episode is Fantastic Four, the Silver Surfer one. That's probably the only one I like. And at some point in the movie, he says, "She is right. You do always have a choice." And that stuck with me because you do always have a choice. You know, everything is not set in stone. You know, this is what it has to be, so that's what it is. There's always a point where you will have a choice. And so this is my reminder for that whenever we're in our lunar phases that are very monumental, like the new moon and the full moon, or solar eclipses or lunar eclipses, you know. So that's my reminder there. It also is a director, and it's directing the energy from my voice and my throat up to my third eye, hoping that my third eye will influence what comes forth from there. Okay. I always do a line sort of, let me come in close again, down the center. This is to protect and activate my third eye chakra, and to show the duality in yin and yang, feminine and masculine divine energy, that I embody both. Today I did something a little different with the directions of these semicircles, and I kind of just felt, okay, I've been in the energy lately where injustices have been standing out for me. If something just doesn't seem fair, it like has been irking my soul. And I'm always somebody who's about fairness. If something's not fair, if I feel like there's an underdog being kind of treated funny, if I feel like people are being shady, if I feel like people are fake or phony, if I feel like people are benefiting off of the sweat and blood of someone else, I never like that. But lately, it's been a trigger for me. Like, when I see an injustice, I have to stop and I literally have to pep talk myself. Like, girl, they getting what they getting right now, but justice is always served. Everything done in the dark comes to the light. Karma is just waiting for these people to feel like they good, or karma is actually giving them a chance to really right their wrong. But if they don't, then they're gonna get, what they get. You ain't God, you have a co-creator ability. You have your own goddess within or God within, but in your connection to that source energy. However, you can't control other people and what they do. And that's brought me some peace. So all that's to say that my opposition swirl is to show the scales to me, where sometimes it's balanced, sometimes it's not, and that's where I've just been. Yeah. And I don't want to go too deep into that and dredge up the things that I've been seeing that I felt like were injustices, because some of them are personal. I could probably touch on some really quick. Some of them are personal. Like, sometimes I feel like it's not fair that as a light worker, people tend to come to you for healing and as an ear and to vent or to just get some nurturing. And when you turn to them for the same energy, it's just not there. That's been bothering me lately. An example of that is, say you got this friend, right? And when they're going through this stuff, maybe, I was going to say with work, but a lot of times it could be with love and relationships. And they might sit and they will talk to you for hours about what's happening in their love life, what's going on in their relationships, what's happening with this person, that person, whatever, right? And you dialogue with them. Y'all go back and forth, back and forth. And then one day, don't gotta be the next day, it could be weeks down the line, it could be months even. You're going through your own thing. And you're like, hey, this is what's going on with me. And this same person that you sat and talked them all through their situation probably has 3 words for you, maybe sends you an emoji in response, or just like really brief with you about whatever's going on with you. Like, oh wow, that's messed up. That type of thing. And you're like, wow. So no like opening where like, what's going on? What's happening? How you feeling? None of that. But then fast forward another few weeks and they're back. Hey, let me tell you this, that, this, that, this, that, this, that, this, that. So sometimes for me, I'm like, oh, that's just so unfair, because as a light worker, we don't have it in us to just be cold. We can be cold, but it would make us feel bad and guilty. So we always end up allowing injustices to take place towards us because we don't want to make anybody else feel the way we felt. You know what I'm saying? So it's weird. Um, I think another injustice that I have been dealing with, this is the last one I could probably speak of that without it getting too personal, but this is personal enough, y'all. Trust and believe, I ain't talked to nobody about this. Probably maybe my daughter, my oldest daughter. But I've also noticed that there's a rise in people wanting to do work in health and wellness and mindfulness. And it excites me because it means more opportunities for all of us that have been doing it to be called upon to get more work out there to be able to reach more people now that more people are opening their minds up to the benefits of it. However, sorry, everything has a place, and everything in this place. I don't remember what movie that's from. But anyway, so where the injustice comes in for me, and this is personal, is that I've been doing this for a very long time. And there was a time when I was incorporating health and wellness, and I still do it, with African dance, as you're going to learn today, because we are going to do a little bit, just a little bit. And the same people that I see now, the same community that I see now promoting it, were the same ones who look down on me. And now that they're doing it, they don't even have the consciousness to reach back to someone that they shunned for doing it before. You know, that's one thing with me. I know when I'm wrong. Like, if I did something to somebody and later on I realize, oh, that was wrong. Now I want to get on that. I see that what they was doing was right, or what they were saying was right. I'm going to reach back to them. Hey, you know, can you help me out with this? I do want to do this. I realized that what you was doing all this time was correct, was right, was, you know, the direction I want to go in. I just didn't understand it at the time. For me, people that try to act like you was never doing it, or you never existed, or you never said it, or you never, and now that's the road they've always been on, and they've always been doing that. That's where I think inside my gut, I start to feel like, ugh. And for me, when there is an injustice and I feel I have no power over whether it balances out or becomes fair, uh, that affects my solar plexus. Because what it does is it makes me feel like my solar plexus and my sacral get affected. My sacral chakra shuts down creatively. It's like, why are we being creative when people just copy and they just wait for your downfall, and then they take it because maybe they have more resources or more support than you, and they just take your stuff. They don't even put in the energy you put in. And my solar plexus shuts down because I just lose the willpower. Like, why am I doing this when people are going to constantly shun the light because they want it for themselves? And when I start to realize that, that's what gets me back into my energy. It makes me say, you're gonna dim your light because somebody else can't bear it and they want it for themselves, you know. Or some people just don't want that. They don't want to see it at all. But you're gonna dim yourself for that? And then, you know, when your solar plexus is off, it's not just an energetic thing. You can suffer physically. You can get pancreatitis, something I've had. You can have stomach issues, issues with fertility, reproduction, the sacral chakra, issues with your womb, with your bowels, and things like that. So you have to be very careful about the energy that you allow to bother you and affect you. And being human, it's going to do that at some points. Nobody's perfect. That's why I share my imperfections, to let you know, like, I'm not always totally in chakra alignment. No, sometimes I'm off too. But the objective is to get back on, get yourself back into alignment, get your mindset shifted back into gear, and activate the light within yourself that, even when you try to dim, still is seen. And I feel like a light worker needs to hear that. So what we're going to do, as you can tell, it is silent here. My little ones are not here, so I'm not even going to put on any background music. I just want to breathe. If you want to put on some music, do that. I want you to find your own music. We're going to activate the solar plexus, hands together, thumb across, left thumb on top of the right. Okay, I will show you up close. and pull it in to the solar plexus, which is a little bit above your navel and below the rib cage. And this time we're going to breathe in through the mouth and out through the mouth. As you breathe, send a bright yellow light, because the solar plexus is activated by the color yellow. Just send that light to that area of your body. And as you breathe out, just see it getting brighter and brighter. Ready? Breathe in through your mouth. And out. Releasing from that solar plexus space. Breathe in, light. And out. Breathe in, yellow light. And out. Relax, release. Again, breathe in. Supercharging that solar plexus, and breathe out. Okay, open your eyes. Relax your hands. Now what I want to do is I'm going to teach you 3 movements to help activate the solar plexus. I'm using the rhythm danza because it's a rhythm that comes from Mali. It's usually done for weddings and stuff. So I like to use rhythms that are for celebrating, events that are celebratory. And I usually do it as a part of my sacred Dun Dun dance. It's for the solar plexus. So I figure we can use that now. Ooh, throat chakra. So the mantra for the solar plexus is Ram. And that's long A. Ram. 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 Okay. As we begin this movement, we're going to do 4 of those, but with a contract out and a release, bringing it in. Ram. Ram. Now, in doing that, you have to slightly bend your knees. Demi-plie for the ballet dancers out there. Demi-plie, a slight bend of the knees. And you're going to, Ra is out. And when you're at the end of it, Ram is in to the solar plexus. The first movement, you're going to be taking love and light from the earth and love and light from above. And you're doing a scoop in to the solar plexus. Scoop in. Scoop in. Scoop in. Scooping. Okay. So, no feet. Those of you that are West African dancers, that traditionally is done stepping. We're going to stay rooted and grounded. Okay. Down, down. Keep those knees bent. In, down, 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 in. All right? When you get here, that's 4 of those. We're going to clear the solar plexus by sending away energy that no longer serves a purpose here. Okay? side. This is what you do. Move your feet. Step, 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 step. And you look in the direction you're tossing. Okay? Look, 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 look. Make sure the other hand always returns to the solar plexus. Because if you don't notice, it is a cycle. As you send out, you're taking in new energy. Sending out old, taking in new. All right, and you're simply going right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Everything done in plie so that you are grounded. Okay? Now, that movement, 8 times, y'all. 8. So you start with 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? Good? The next step is a little bit tricky. Your feet. I know my feet aren't fully shown, but you can see my legs here. Okay? The next step you're going 1, 2, 1, 2. Other leg. 1, 2, 1, 2. Knee. 1, 2. Knee. 1, 2. Knee. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Step, 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 step. Notice the accent on the knee. Up, 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 step, step. 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 Watch my body. Twist, twist. Turn, 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 turn. Bump, 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 bump. Okay? The arms. Down, paying our respects and homage to Mama Earth, and up. Up, paying your homage and respect to the Most High. Down, down, step, 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 step. Okay? 4 times. Now, let me turn on the music. Okay, so remember it's down, up, down, up, down, up. Just want you to get the tempo. Okay. You know what? I think I'm gonna do everything 8 to create that 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Real solid. 4 is the number for foundation. And I think that's really a strong foundation. Feeling really grounded in our confidence, our willpower, and our determination. So we're gonna do 8. 1, 2, okay, 3. Just walking you through it. 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. Dun, 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 I think that's 4. In a set, it's a set of 4, okay? Because down and up counts as 1. But if you're doing down 1, up 2, then that's 8, okay? 16, but I don't know if anyone's gonna get thrown off like dizzy or just too much whipping. So we'll do 8. We're gonna do it first slow, that means behind the rhythm, and then the second time we're gonna do it up tempo on the rhythm, okay? So slow means down, up, down, up, down, up. In slow, we have to only do 4, or else we'll be here forever. 2, 3, we could do 8 of these, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. 2. Okay. And then we'll pick it up. Down, up, down, scooping, bringing that light energy in. Okay? All right, let's try it. And smile. Feel that confidence. Feel that willpower building up in you. Feel that determination to shine. Five, 6, 5, 6. We're going slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Guess we're doing 8. 6, 7, 8. Oh wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1. Up, step, step. Step, step. Down, step, step. Step, step. Up, step, step. Step, step. Now we're going to pick it up and we're going to add our rounds. Okay? Remember contracting and releasing. We're going to do it 4 times. 5, 6, 7, and rom. Rom. Pick it up, down, up, down, up, 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 down, up. Side to side, and 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, down, and up. And honor the earth, and honor the above, and honor the earth. Okay, let's do that one more time. Let's go back to the slow. We'll finish it with slow, okay? The faster one is for my more experienced dancers. 5, 6, 7, and rom. Slow. Visualize you bring this light energy from above and below into your solar plexus. See it as a yellow light. Now clear and receive. Below and above, step, step. Step, step. Up. Down. Up. Good. freestyle. Freestyling is always a good way to wrap up any S.T.E.A.M session, soul transforming energy and movement session. It allows you to let your body show you the movements it needs to make in order to heal, in order to release. Hey everybody, I hope you enjoyed that movement segment, breath work, all of that. Let me lower my chair. There we go. Guys, confession. I was gonna delete my confession, so I don't know if I left it on there, but sometimes I get into my feelings when my human emotions emerge. Not to say I'm not human, but sometimes I think I do so much work suppressing that and being there for other people that when I express any feelings like injustice and feeling like I was treated unfairly in any way, it brings me shame. I'm ashamed of that. I feel like I shouldn't have those feelings, or it's almost making me emotional. Sometimes I feel like I should not have those feelings and that I should just be happy for everyone and everything. But that would be so fucking fake. Like, and I'm just not that person. I'm not fake. I never could be, which is why I think I was, I don't want to say shunned, but given a lot of shade through my adulthood, my young adulthood, was because people knew that I was not going to be anything other than Amina, Robin Amina, and they would try to even take that away from me. There was people that would always say, well, I knew you when you was Robin. But I've always been Robin Amina. Amina's my legal middle name. Like, I've always been Robin Amina Hextall. And I always felt like people wanted to knock down when I felt that I had outgrown the title Robin. Robin was a different energy. Amina is a different energy. And I feel like people felt that, and they would sometimes try to like pull me back. Like, you was Robin when we was growing up. And it's like, yeah, when we was growing up, and now I'm grown up. Now I'm all grown up, Let me stop. But anyway, yeah, so hopefully I kept it on there, but yeah, there's a little side of me, a little bit of that shame, and I think I have to be honest, a little fear in exposing feelings of being treated unfairly. Because as a light worker, I feel like, sometimes I feel like we're expected to just always be in an energy of happy, happy, joy, joy, happy, happy, joy, joy, And when I feel other feelings or emotions creeping in, it makes me go like, girl, are you in your light right now? And then I have to be honest with myself and realize, you have shadows too. And acknowledging an injustice isn't necessarily your shadow, but releasing that emotion and that feeling is necessary. So yeah, that's where I'm at with that. Anyway, I just had to do that quick confession. Hopefully I'm not crooked. I don't know why. I always feel like everything is straight until I'm back in front of the camera, and then I'm like, do I have it in line? Am I aligned? Hope so. Okay, so let's get into it. This full moon in Taurus. My oldest daughter is a Taurus. I know a lot of Taurus, but the energy of Taurus, I love it because first of all, it's earth. It's earthy. It's grounded. So like, what Taurus energy brings to the table You know, it's going to be stable. You know, it's not going to be brought to the table unless there is a strong foundation for it. And it really, really forces you to look at how much you value yourself, um, how much you respect your self-worth, you know, and where do you lack in self-worth? Where do you undervalue yourself or let others undervalue you? So let's talk about the overall vibe of this full moon. I've already been telling you guys about releasing since we were doing the breath work. But this full moon is really, really big on letting go of outgrown, old, stale beliefs that you've built a foundation on. So say, for example, you believe you're always the underdog and you've built your life around that belief. I'm an underdog. I'm never going to be one of the people at the top, at the forefront, getting recognized. I'm always going to be the one in the background. It's time to let that go. It's time for you to realize that life is what you make it, how you see it, and how you choose to live it. And if there's anyone in your energy that makes you feel like you have to stay in any stale, worn out mindsets, it's time to release those folk. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why this full moon is going to shine a light on these areas is so that you can see where there's been a pattern, where you may have constantly been the one that put yourself in a box, where you might have constantly been the one to bring around people whose energy you know you've outgrown, where you may have been the one to backslide and do something that you know is no longer good for your spiritual growth, for your physical growth even maybe, and mental or emotional, and how it's all on you to get into that solar plexus and get into that energy of willpower. Okay, so this lunation is going to mirror what keeps us from empowering and stepping into a life of freedom, and that also speaks of freedom from restrictions placed upon us by others. And I don't like saying by others because people can try to place restrictions on you. If you accept those restrictions, that's you. If you live within those confinements, you know, then that's you. It's kind of Eight of Swordsy. If you don't know the Tarot, the Eight of Swords is a card where traditionally it's a woman who's blindfolded and she's surrounded by 8 swords. But there's literally, the swords don't go all the way around. There's an opening. Only her eyes are covered and her arms are bound, but her feet are free. So is she really trapped? Technically, she can walk forward and be out of the swords. Technically, she can walk somewhere and get assistance with getting out of these binds. But in her mind, because she can't see the way forward, she's trapped. And it's time to realize where you allow yourself to be stagnant, where you allow yourself to be stuck in a certain energy, when really all you have to do is move forward out of it, leave it behind, you know? And I'm sure as soon as you move out of it, there'll be others in your soul tribe that'll come forward to help you get free of those binds and remove the veil so you can see again with clarity. All right, now this is some astrology stuff, so I gotta read. This moon has the sun in Scorpio, which we know this is Scorpio time. And Uranus is close by, stripping away what's not real and pushing us to take innovative, creative leaps of faith. Let me repeat that. Uranus is close by, stripping away what's not real, which is what I was just talking about. Those false restrictions and confining situations that we feel we're in when we're not really. and it's going to push you to take innovative, creative leaps of faith. So if you have any ideas that you've been like, oh, I can't do it. Oh, I can't do these. People will think of this. I can't do that because I have to continue to do this career that supports me financially just barely, but gives me nothing when it comes to my love and joy and passion. This full moon is going to shine a light there. It's going to shine a light there. The energy of Scorpio, which is transforming, is going to cause you to seek change. And the energy of Uranus is going to push you to be innovative, to do the things and ideas that are outside of the box. And you're going to feel that urge rising up in you. And the more you try to suppress it and push it down, the more you're not going to be truly happy. You won't be happy until you take that leap of faith. Trusting in your guides, and most importantly, trusting in your abilities and gifts and creativity and originality. Because my light tribe is original. We are innovators. And that's not to say everybody drawn to this channel is that. Some of you are here to activate that creative energy, that innovative spirit. And then others of you are here to be reminded to stop being scared and step into it. Step into your power. Okay. I should have probably wiped this off before I started this part, because whenever I'm getting into my talking, my guides come around for like support, and I start to sweat and itch, and I'm going to end up smudging all this. But anyway, I shouldn't even have spoke that into happening. I take that back. All right. So you'll also feel driven to be free from predictable energy and being stuck in a fear-based way of life, which is what I was just talking about. You're no longer going to want to be around people that are predictable. Like, you ever have that person that when they come around, you already know what they're going to be about, what they're going to do, what they're going to say. Oh, when this person comes around, they usually talk about themselves. Oh. When this person comes around, they always want to drink or smoke. When this person comes around, they always want to be depressed and miserable. And you're not going to want to be around that energy anymore. And that even comes to your career. We need to be doing work at this time that really sparks our passions, that really calls on our gifts. So if in any way you're feeling like, oh my God, this again, not this again, then you're not in the right place, okay? And you need to find your way out. And then the fear-based way of life, which is, it can be difficult to release the fear-based way of life, because a lot of our fears revolve around other folk, not even so much ourselves. It revolves around what other people think, how other people will react, what other people will say. And it's time to get out of that. It's just time to get out of that. I'm not even going to do no lectures. Y'all saw me in my fear-based energy talking about how I think I'm going to delete something that I said because of shame. And really, it's fear of what people will think, So it's time to get out of that. As I heal and guide, I'm also being healed and guided. All right. So these moments where I have like a little self-assessment, that's what that is, literally. Me doing a growth spurt right in front of y'all eyes. Okay. So let's get into these 5 need-to-know pointers. And then we'll get into the pick a card read. So these are very straightforward and to the point. Number 1, pay attention to your body at this time, okay? Pay attention to your body and its connection to earth. Get rooted, be present, love, and trust it. That's why it was important for me to do movement today, because I really felt like there's a need to move the body in order to connect to it, so you could feel and pay attention to when you turn your head to side. Does it do it smoothly, or do you feel a resistance in the neck? When I'm doing the solar plexus contracting and releasing, is it feeling good? Do I feel a release, or do I feel like a restrictive energy? And as you pay attention to these things, it can also give you signs of where health needs some attention, or where certain mindsets need and energies need shifting. Okay. Number 2, get into Taurus energy. Go after what you value. Feel safe, feel secure, and it will bring in abundance. Taurus is the house of value and worth, self-worth. So if you are in an energy of knowing your worth, not underselling, selling yourself short, not for lack of a better term, sleeping on yourself and your abilities. If you are able to really value what you bring to the table and not allow anyone else to undervalue, that even goes for underpaying you, you know, or even coming to you, dumping energy on you, but not allowing it to be a balanced give and take. It's time to step into that energy of Taurus. I have value. I am worthy of all of the beauty this world has to offer. And that's the mindset you have to flow with if you want to get that abundance, because Taurus is about money and wealth. Money and wealth that can add stability, because it's an earth energy. That means it's rooted and grounded and long lasting like Mama Earth. You just got to tap in. Number 3, say yes to change that calls to you at this time. These urges you're getting are really significant. If you've been feeling like, I need a change of scenery, I need a change of environment, I need a change of work, I need a change in my relationships, I need a change in mindset. Any change that is tugging at your spirit at this time is very significant. It's significant towards what you need in order to head into the new year in a new cycle. And when the spring comes, not feeling like your life is on repeat, but feeling like you're blossoming anew. Number 4, what will be surfacing at this time are the dreams you tried to give up or bury due to a lack of self-confidence. So if you have any dreams you've had, like maybe you've always wanted to be a doctor, you've always wanted to be a singer, you've always wanted to be working in social services, or you've always wanted to have your own theater, or I'm just grabbing things out the hat. Maybe that's some of you guys' actual dreams and desires out there. These things, maybe you've told yourself over time, I can't attain that. Or in order to attain that, it's going to take time, and I need a job right now that's going to bring me some money to pay my rent and my bills. Or people have told you, you ain't going to be able to do that, you're too old, you're too young, you're too fat, you're too skinny, all the stupid stuff. Now those things are going to come back to the surface for you to look at again, because Spirit knows what your true passion is. If you're not living it, it's going to be, this full moon is going to be like, bing, right on it. So you have to look at it. If it's even a relationship that you felt like, oh, me and this person could never really be, they're going to shine a light on that. If you've suppressed any feelings, and that's to say if the person wants you, if the person has taken steps towards you, and still in your heart you're like, this could never be, it's too good to be true type of vibe. and you've suppressed and pushed this down, and you focused on other relationships that had less meaning, oh, they're gonna rise. It's gonna rise back up for you to take a look again. Like, isn't this what you really wanted? Because you gotta keep in mind, God wants you to be happy. God, Allah, Jah, Yahweh, Jehovah, whomever you, whatever title you give the Creator, the Most High, the Divine Source Energy, the overall goal is joy and balance and peace and love. Oh, so much love. Love is the ultimate goal. And so when you're not in that energy, do you think the Creator's happy? Or the energy of the spirit world is like celebrating? No. They celebrate when you celebrate. The energy on the planet rises when we all rise in energy. And it goes down when we all feel down. Like, for example, with the latest election, and I don't talk politics on my channel because I come here to get away from that. But I will say in America and in a lot of countries, when they go through elections and something happens that the majority feels wasn't supposed to happen or not what they wanted, you can feel the entire vibe of that country go down, feel heavy. Even leading up to elections where oh my God, there's someone in office that doesn't want to leave office. You can feel the anxiety of a country rise. And so overall, yeah, we're here to learn lessons. We're here to shift our energy and to grow and to teach and to learn and blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, the end goal is to be in an energy of love. And when we are in fear, anxiety, worry, stress, that energy of love can't exist in its pure form. And so, yeah, that's what our guides want, is for us to be happy. So they're going to start to show you the areas in your life where maybe you've been phony and pretending all is well and I'm good with this, and you're not. And then your true desires are gonna come back into your face for you to remember and for you to take that leap of faith that Uranus is going to be pushing you to do. The energy of Uranus. I remember growing up, that was Uranus. But now everybody says Uranus because they made too many of those Uranus jokes. I'm sorry. I don't know why my mind went there, but yeah. Maybe that's to say that a lot of things we've suppressed in this light tribe is from the childhood times. Things that you've wanted to do, or people you've wanted to be a part of your life or whatever since you were very young. That's going to come back up. All right. And lastly, number 5, don't fear demanding your worth. Something that I feel my soul tribe fears, demanding our worth. Don't fear demanding your worth. And don't accept less than what you bring to the table. It's time to balance the energies. And that's interesting that was number 5, because I don't remember. I write these things down and I don't remember them. And I was talking a lot about justice and things feeling balanced, and how when they're not balanced, they bother me. And then for that to be number 5, that it's time to balance the energies, it's letting me know that the power is in our hands. If something feels imbalanced or justice feels off, it's in our power to make it balanced. If you feel like you've been giving and not getting back equally, then either you need to communicate that, or you need to stop giving in that direction. If you've been offering your services somewhere and feeling like you're not getting paid what you're worth, well, whose fault is that? You doing the work and you're not requesting or demanding your worth. And if that means somebody's going to go, oh, I don't feel you're worth that, I don't want you working here anymore. Sometimes for your own sanity and peace of mind, you have to walk away. A lot of light workers are meant to be entrepreneurs. And trust me, it was a huge leap of faith for me to finally say, I'm going to do my own business. And you know what did it? The final straw for me was me going on job interviews and people literally looking at my resume and asking me why did I want to work there. Seriously. I had a job ask me, you've ran a dance studio, you've had your own dance company, you have toured with other dance companies. Why do you want to work here? You seem like you could do your own thing. And sometimes that's embarrassing because it's like they're pointing out to you, are you lazy? Do you lack confidence? Like, why are you trying to work for me when it looks like your career has been full to the point where you could be doing your own thing or working for someone who's going to pay you more and or put you in a higher position. Um, I've tried to get work outside of my profession on my resume. My resume reflects completely a dancer and a writer, and or a dance teacher or performer. And I've had a job say to me that they thought that my passion from my resume was not what I was here applying for, and they were afraid that I would eventually want to leave to go back to pursue my passion, which they were probably right. And then I had another job do a similar thing with the credentials. Like, we're only paying this much an hour here. And looking at your resume and your bio, why would you want to come do this? You know, when it looks like you've done bigger things than that. And it made me stop and go, okay, you know what? Maybe y'all are right. Maybe I do need to really step back and take a look at what it is why am I looking for these jobs? Because I want some money right away that could pay my rent and my bills. And that also shows I don't have confidence in my skills to be able to bring the money in that I need in order to pay my bills. So in a way, it's like affirming that I'm not good enough. I need to work for you. I need to take this lower pay that's not really matching my worth or my value, because if I don't, how am I going to pay my rent and my bills? My own skills, I don't know if anybody's going to want to pay me for them or give me what I'm worth, or, so I have to take what I can so I can pay my stuff. But that is also saying, I don't think I am worthy. I don't think people will see my value. And if you don't see your value, then you're right. People ain't going to see it. So it took a leap of faith. And I will say I am blessed in that I have income that comes in. And it's a mixed blessing. Trust and believe. If I could have it a different way, I would. But I do have an income that comes in that I don't have to work for. So it does give me the opportunity to be able to focus my energy on my passions and my pursuits. But, at the same time, I have children I have to take care of with that money. And it's not all like I can just do what I want and live the life of just not doing anything. I still have to do stuff, not to mention, even if I did come to a point where I made enough money that I felt like I did not have to work every day, I would still get up and do this. I enjoy this. I'm passionate about this. I really love sharing. I love teaching. I love being connected to spirit. And as I'm saying this, I'm getting really warm. Like, my guides are just coming around like, yes, yes, this is what I would do. I love dance. I've danced since I was 3 years old. And I mean danced. I know a lot of people only know me as a West African dancer, but I'm trained in ballet, tap, jazz, modern, contemporary, interpretive, and some hip hop. I would never claim that though. My hip hop skills are from the 90s, y'all. I used to be in a hip hop group the 90s, y'all, literally. So yeah, not even the 90s, probably the late 80s. Yeah, I gave up hip hop probably by the time I was getting ready to be in high school. Yeah, very young. Now I've taken hip hop classes since then, but yeah, nothing like what the kids are doing now. Like, y'all want to see real hip hop? Check out my sister's Nikki Hextall. She is dope, and her dance buddy David Sincere Akins. They have toured. They have danced behind many celebrity artists, and they really do that thing. Me, no. Hip hop, no. But yeah, all that is to say is yeah, I would always dance. I will always write. Writing is something I've always done. Um, Now I think my issue, and the issue that a lot of people may have when they're trying to find their niche, is bringing everything together, because there's no way, and I've tried it, trust me, that you're going to be able to do this and that and that and this and that and this and that, because something's going to get pushed to the wayside every time. In order to give your full towards something, and this is something I learned from a man in Guinea. I'll tell you a story in a minute. But in order to give your full towards something, you have to give your 100. You can't say, I give a little here, give a little there, give a little there, because nothing's going to get 100% of your energy. Therefore, it's not going to be at its best. So my goal with S.T.E.A.M specifically was to be able to bring everything I love to do into one home. Soul transforming energy, which is my intuitive guidance, my visualization guidance and meditation, sound healing, which is chanting the mantras and playing the instruments, and movement, which brings in my dance, which brings in creative expression through song or rap, my writing, and that is how I was able to bring it all into one. And the lesson was, before we go to the pick a card, I was in Senegal. It was my first time in Senegal, West Africa. So I was probably 20, 21, somewhere around there. Anyway, it was my first time in Africa, period. And I was getting ready to leave that night. And I'm sitting in a room with this guy who had a crush on me. He was beautiful. I love my husband, but this guy was beautiful. And also, and he was from Guinea in Senegal, which let me know I was going to have some kind of connection to Guinea at some point. Anyway, I remember we started talking about religion, because whenever an African wants to be with you, or someone that's outside of their culture, the first thing they check is, what is your religious beliefs? And he asked me if I was Muslim, because my name was Amina. And Amina is an Arabic name. It's also Swahili, but in the way my mom spelled it, it's Arabic. And Amina is the name of the mother of the Prophet Muhammad. And his name was Muhammad. So he's like, are you Muslim? And I said, no. He said, your parents Muslim? I said, no. He said, so what are you? I said, well, I'm a little bit of a lot of things. I got a little Muslim. I study that. I study Yoruba. And he said, you can't be a little bit of a lot of things. I said, how you figure that? He said, because then nothing gets your 100%. If you're giving a little bit towards that belief, a little towards that, a little towards that, a little towards that, then where are you whole? What gets your 100? And I hated him for that conversation, because it really made me stop and go, But in the moment, I was still young. And so in the moment, I was like, no, I can do that. And I've been doing it successfully, and I'm fine. But it did make me think. He's right. Where are you whole? Who are you? And that's when I started to realize, you're just spiritual. You believe in the Creator and the Most High. You believe in nature. You believe in your ancestors. And therefore, religion and various different religious beliefs, yeah, you study them because they enhance and add on to what you already know and feel and believe. But you're not a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit. No, you are light. You are a child of source energy. And that's where I'm whole. I might have just came to that realization now. Anyway, I hope that this helped you in some way to understand the things that this full moon in Taurus is going to dredge up. And I will let you know, though, being in the second house means this is a great opportunity and time to build your wealth and stability. That's what Taurus is all about. And my oldest daughter won't let me sell myself short. I mean, I'm telling you. It's all about stepping into your true value, knowing your self-worth, demanding it. And anyone who can't see it, who doesn't want to accept it, releasing that energy. And that's pretty much it. Let's go to the pick a pal. Hey guys, welcome to the pick a card portion of this Lunar Vibe session that's turning out to be a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. Me running my mouth. I hope that me talking has been a little therapeutic or healing in some ways for you, where you can see yourself in me and in some of my journeys. I'm gonna clear the energy of the space using some sound healing with my voice. I hope that it does not irk you. If it does, just skip this part. I just want to clear the energy here as I shift from the movement segment to really tapping into my third eye and communing with my guides. Olaibo nantinya ni kalebo laila sembo mansaya ela ela olaibo mansaya ni kalebo laila sembo mansaya ela ela olaibo mansaya ni kalebo laila niko mansaya ela ela ye jalia analeka jalia ye jalia alaleka jalia. Just some songs, Malinke, dedicated to the griot, the storytellers, the historians of the tribes known as the Jeli or the Jali. And Olaibo Mansei is to the king. Most likely was made around Mansa Musa with Mansaya. But anyway, I use it because the melodies are really soothing to me. So, and they bring back nostalgic feelings. I used to sing that Olaibo when I was a child. It was probably one of the first songs I learned for the dance Lamban. All right, and I think we're good. So as you can see here, we have 3 piles. The first pile, and I'm going to reveal the top cards for each of them. I have not looked at them yet. I almost forgot. Just popped into my head just now because I was about to say you're going to choose by the top card and the crystal, and then I said, oh shoot, top card has not been flipped over. All right. So, pile number 1, let's see. Flexibility. And you have the Moonstone. Pile 2, Alchemy. And turquoise, a turquoise turtle or tortoise. And pile 3, perfect fit. And Amazonite. Now, this is a difficult one. All of these top cards are great. And all of these crystals are beautiful. So take a deep breath in through your mouth. And exhale through your mouth. And the first pile that calls to you is the one that is meant for you. All right. And I'll be back with pile 1. Welcome, pile 1, to your reading. You were drawn to flexibility. It says adapt slowly by using versatility, compromise, adaptation, change, etc. Be flexible in your methods. So this is your leading card, leading energy, moving into this full moon vibe. And you were also drawn to the Moonstone. So it lets me know that in a way you're being guided intuitively. And that there's a lot of things beneath the surface that maybe you feel like you can't see physically, but that you're feeling. Trust what you're feeling. Trust where you feel guided, because there's some kind of change that's coming in for you really quickly that you're going to need to really be able to show that you have many facets to yourself, that you're able to adapt to certain changes that come into your life. And I feel like these changes are going to be for the better, but that it's going to take you some time to adapting to it. So maybe it could mean a change in your schedule. It could mean a change in your living environment, your work environment, your relationships, just something that you're going to have to get used to, but it's for the better. It's for your growth. It's for your forward movement into a new cycle. Let's see what else this full moon wants you to know. So we have, I wanted to know what old worn out patterns need to be released at this time. So what, for my pal ones, needs to be released? What old worn out patterns? Forgive. So you've been holding some grudges, full moon in Pisces energy. So I'm getting 2 messages for you, my ones. Either you forgive too easily or you don't forgive enough. I feel that many of you beat your own selves up. You don't forgive yourself very easily for shortcomings or areas in your life where you're growing. And you have to really understand that not only about you, but also other people. If you have trouble forgiving other people, think of it as they are human just like you. They are learning just like you. I'm also hearing some of you forgive too easily, and you welcome in and embrace people who have shown you multiple times that they're going to continue to do the same thing towards you. And that is a pattern that needs to be released. You have stepped into your power, first quarter moon in Aries. So you also have a pattern of dimming your light. You need to step into your power. You need to release the fear that keeps you from wanting to be front and center and seen. And trust the universe. first quarter moon in Aquarius, a lot of first quarter, and full moon. So a lot of things are going to be revealed for you so that you can begin a new cycle, my power ones. And you have to trust the process, trust the universe. You're being guided. I feel like you need to dance too. Dance, dance. I'm just getting a flowing dancer energy for this pal. Dancing will assist you with releasing the things that you struggle to release. Okay? That's a side note for many of you. If you're able to do some kind of movement, do it, even if it's yoga. But I'm really seeing dancing and stretching. Yeah, you have to release the old worn out pattern that the universe don't got your back. And maybe that's a constant mindset that you sit in or you fall into often. All right, my ones. What spiritual gifts are going to surface when you release these patterns? Discernment. You're being called to exercise your good judgment so you can help heal and manifest through awareness and wisdom. So you will have a better idea of who and what and where is for you and not for you. I do feel like that goes hand in hand with forgiving, with the energy of forgiveness. You'll be able to use this gift of discernment a lot better. I don't know where I want to put that. Okay. Dream interpretation. So have you been having some vivid dreams lately, my ones? You're being called to interpret dreams to find deeper meaning, to bring clarity and guidance. So this is something that will start to come natural to you, or you just feel called to do it, to start interpreting dreams, either for yourself or for others. And scrying. You're being called to explore looking into a reflective surface to tune into the messages of the spirits and the universe. So that could be looking into like a crystal ball, looking into fire, looking into water, looking into light. And by doing that, you're able to get downloads and messages. Real interesting. Okay. What else? Where does your life need you to take a leap of faith? Ten of Cups. You need to take a leap of faith towards your happiness, your joy when it comes to love and family. Maybe it's time for you to move. Maybe it's time for you to start a new relationship, to tend to your children or have children or adopt children. But there's something about happiness around the home that it is time for you to take a leap of faith towards. Six of Swords. Yeah, it's time for you to move. It's time for you to move forward. You're being guided and protected in this movement. So they want you to take a leap of faith and move. Move towards what will make you happy. Right now, I'm just getting a vibe that you are not emotionally 100% happy in your current environment. And that could be work or home. Nine of Cups. That's where your wish fulfillment is. You'll get your wish fulfillment. Look at that, the golden egg. You'll get that wish fulfillment when you move. You have to move. And it feels urgent for you, my ones. Like it's time for you to change environments, to go towards what is going to make you emotionally happy. Emotionally. Don't even think so much about money and material things. Right now, your focus should be on your emotional happiness, your family life, your home life, your friendship circle, you know? When you finally take a leap of faith and move and leave behind what no longer serves a purpose in your life, and you allow your guides to guide you towards this light, you can have your wish fulfillment. Whatever it is you've been wanting. Wow. So, what will this full moon reveal about who you truly are? Let me see. I want to make sure I could fit all of this on here. This new setup I did with these chakra stones, I'm probably going to have to move those. Maybe not. Maybe not. maybe I could shift these all closer to each other. There we go. Okay, so let's see, what will this full moon reveal about who you truly are, my ones? Enjoy life with music, love, and romance. Sun and Libra harmony. You just want to find the love of your life. You want to live a life of romance. If you are with the love of your life, there's some kind of romance that's missing that you would like. Just someone you can be with that it feels like peace and balance and harmony. You're a peaceful person at heart. You're a romantic at heart. Um, Music is healing for you as well, I'm hearing. Okay. Sun in Leo, joy, a time of celebration and success. You are meant to be happy and successful. That's who you truly are. And very youthful and playful. Um, Being around children will help you bring that out. Doing things that you would consider, oh, this is for kids and this isn't really an adult thing to do. Oh no, they're saying that's exactly what you need to be doing. It's exactly what you need to be doing. Maybe hang out with some young folk. Okay. But yeah, you truly are a happy, harmonious person, a romantic, a successful person, a great partner, very beautiful and attractive. And eclipse in Capricorn, new direction, reevaluate success. You're truly somebody who is meant to be able to see where something is outgrown and go in another direction. That brings me right back to your main card, flexibility. That brings me right back to that. And it lets me know that you are meant to be able to learn certain things where you're meant to learn them, get what you're supposed to get out of certain situations, and say, okay, now it's time for me to move forward and go in a new direction. Reevaluate success. Use discernment, one of your gifts, and know when it's time to shift gears. So the top card and the last card are your advice as what you should be more aware of as you move forward for the next 5 days. So you need to be aware of your ability to be flexible and to allow change in, and fertility. It's time to think about family life and children, which is already, I was letting you know that don't sacrifice family for a career. So don't get so stuck in the material and your mental that you forget about your heart center. Your joy and passion should be also a part of your home life with your family. And if you live alone, even still, maybe it's time for you to either think about starting a family at this time or to begin to give birth to the ideas that you've been holding within. Because I call my ideas and my creative pursuits my babies. That's why I get so upset when I see other people trying to do it or do them in the way I do it, because I feel like that's my baby. You trying to take my baby, or you trying to make a replica of my baby? So you can see your creative pursuits or your just ideas in general can be what you're fertile with at this time. That's your advice for the next 5 days. Focus on family and your happiness and joy there. And stay flexible because things are about to change and shift in your life. And I feel like it's needed so you can get this long overdue wish fulfillment that you deserve. You're a good person, truly, in your heart, my ones. Remember that and listen to your intuition. And that's what I have for you guys today. I hope it resonated. If it did, give it a thumbs up, please. Subscribe to this channel if you're new here. We're always welcoming new light workers, and it helps me to continue to do this work for free. Check out the description. It'll let you know what workshops I got coming up, how to book a personal reading with me. Also at the end of this video, I might have up a little ad letting you know, because a lot of people were telling me they weren't
100% sure how to book a personal reading. Like it says, send me an email, but I guess they were like, saying what? I want a reading? Um, well, pretty much. But anyway, yeah, it'll have all the information there as well as the other platforms that I work on, and also offer more free content to help out light workers on their spiritual journeys and grow through their growth processes. And I'm sending you guys so much light and love, peace, blessings, and all that good stuff that the full moon in Taurus can bring you as a part of this light tribe. Later. I'll be back with Pal 2. Pal 2. Oh shit. Why did I do 3? All right. Pal 2, maybe you were drawn to Pal 3 as well and you were having trouble choosing. If so, feel free to watch Pal 3 as well. Though, when I do only 3 pals, I do feel like you should really hone in on one. So if you're here first, then this is your main message. All right. So welcome. Let's try that again. Pal 2. You were drawn to the card Alchemy. Using witchcraft, occult, and learning God's secrets. Transform the situation. Okay. Now, this is not to say that you do witchcraft, so nobody start getting in their feelings. This is talking about being able to use different rituals and ceremonies and gifts in order to create or change or shift the energy of a situation. And we'll get to this because this is a part of your advice. Okay. And I will most likely be referred back to this throughout your read. You are also drawn to the tortoise, the turquoise tortoise. And it does let me know that you have very close ties to ancestral energy. You are an alchemist. Therefore, you might feel like you move slowly. However, while others may race ahead and feel like they're hitting their mark, they're not. It's like an illusion. Okay, I'm getting a download. Hold on. It's like an illusion. You're being guided by your ancestors. So I'm hearing slow and steady wins the race. You're going to be the one that when you reach the finish line, what you've created, what you've built is going to be like withstand time, is what I'm hearing. It's going to be stable. It's going to be almost perfect, damn near perfect. And why? Because you took the time, you put the energy in, you did the work necessary. You didn't worry about those that were racing past you. You didn't worry about those that were trying to steal your energy and race ahead. And you didn't worry about people that wanted to replicate you. You didn't worry about the hair that is laughing at you because you're moving so slowly. You just kept doing what you were doing. And that's where I feel your alchemy is dope, because it's like you took the time to study the occult. You studied rituals. You studied religion. And if you haven't, that's something you're being called to do. And through these things, through the processes, the spiritual beliefs, the religions you might have been learning about, you start to learn the secrets of the divine and source. And learning these secrets have helped you to shift and change situations. So where it might have looked like to the hair, it was ahead of you, in the blink of an eye, all of a sudden the hair is like, how the hell did the tortoise get ahead of me? And now I'm behind it. You're able to shapeshift, I'm hearing. You can be one form today and be something else tomorrow. You're one of those people that could be working in a law firm by day, and by night you're doing a class on how to spiritually cleanse your energy. You know, that type of vibe. Okay. All right. So let's get into this full moon energy. What old worn out patterns do you need to release? My twos. Think it through. New moon in Gemini. So you need to release the need to rush ahead. You need to start to think it through, to make sure everything is in its place. And then for others of you, take which one resonates. You're taking too much time thinking it through. You've done the thinking it through. And now it's becoming procrastination. And so with this new moon energy, if you want to start a new cycle, if you want to move into it, you either have to slow down and really think before you take steps forward, or you need to realize you've done enough thinking and start to make moves. And you know which one applies to you. I know for me, it would be that I need to think it through. Because I'm somebody who'll be like, yeah, that sounds great. Let's do it. And then in the midst of it, I'm like, ooh, not so great. Wait a minute. I don't know if I want to do it, you know? So take what applies to you. See the bigger picture. Full moon in Sagittarius. So there's a need for you to really be able to pull your energy back from things. You have to release the need to see everything just laid out like, boom, there it is. And be able to see the bigger picture of what's really happening. All right. An old pattern of yours that you need to release is looking at things as they are and just not getting the gist of why they are. Do you know what I'm saying? See the bigger picture of why certain things are happening. By doing that, you'll be able to understand the process better, and you'll start to realize, oh, this isn't happening to me. It's happening for me. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And take inspired action. Full moon in Virgo. So you got new moon, full moon, full moon. With the 2 full moons, it lets me know that there's going to be a lot of emphasis on light being shined in areas of your life that you may have suppressed or you need to pay attention to right now. And things you need to release. And with think it through here and then take inspired action, it's like you have to release the pattern of just jumping, just doing. Inspired action is when you literally feel called to do something and you're like, that's it. Epiphany. Time to do. Not, I'm looking at other people and I feel like they're getting ahead of me in the race. And so I'm just going to jump and do it. I'm going to jump and do that. I'm going to jump and do this. And then realizing midway through it, your heart ain't in it. You're not inspired. You are more acting out of fear, you know, or ego even. Okay. Well, they told you. Let me stop. I was drawn to this pile, so they told me to. Okay. What spiritual gifts will surface when you release these patterns? Catoptrimancy. You're being called to explore the past, present, and future by tuning into the frequencies of the universe with a mirror. Interesting. I've actually been not looking at a mirror, but I've been thinking about the use of a mirror in intuitive guidance sessions. I'd have to really study that or research that. I don't know if anyone here who chose this pal already is familiar with catoptripancy. But if you are, write that in the comments. I'd love to holler at you and see what your take is on it. But yeah, you're being called to explore the past, present, and future by tuning into the frequencies of the universe with a mirror. This is something you'll be able to do better when you release these things here. Psychocartography. What the? None of these am I familiar with. You're being called to explore connections to places through the land, ley lines, meridians, latitudinal and longitudinal matrices. Hope I'm saying that right. By reading about the land, you can receive and understand the message of the land. So being able to understand this earth even better and connecting to places by connecting to the energy of the land of the place. That's really deep and interesting. And I felt called towards environmental healing and stuff like that. I wonder if that's a part of that. Anybody knows more about psychocartography, write it in the comments. I'd like to holler at you too. Okay. And lastly, runes. Something that I recently picked up this year. You're being called to explore the ancient Norse method of divination using their alphabet to assess higher guidance and to see the future. And I almost used them in this reading. Instead of crystals, I was going to put a rune on each pile. And I said, no. In my notebook, I wrote crystals, so let's stick with that. And I feel crystals are more connected to the energy of the moon. So for runes to come up anyway is very interesting to me. So look into runes, y'all. Maybe you have a connection to Norse ancestry as well. You never know. Okay. Catoptrimancy, psychocartography, and runes. Wow. Okay, so these are spiritual gifts that will be even more enhanced, or you'll be able to develop once you release the patterns that we already went over. All right, my twos, what else do I have for you? Where does your life need you to take a leap of faith? The 10 of Wands. Wow. The 10 of Wands. Look at this heavy rock trying to pull up a hill with one rope. I need you to release some of your burdens, some of your overwhelm, some of the responsibility you've taken on. Let go of it. Or get assistance. But I am feeling like take a leap of faith and let go of something that you've been carrying. Let go of a responsibility that has become a struggle, a burden. 8 of Cups. And look what's happening here. That rope you've been pulling on is getting cut. It's time to leave something alone, cut off something, let go of something that you have felt connected to. And it does feel like you've been feeling connected to it for a long time. That is so synchronized to have you pulling on a rope and struggling and then to cut it. So there's something you've been doing that it's time for you to let it go. Maybe even a group of people or energy or something that you're carrying that it's time to completely cut it. Let that boulder go rolling on back down the hill. That's not your burden to carry. At least not anymore. 2 of Wands. Wow. You need to travel. You need to go where you feel called. I feel like you might want to move out the country or do a retreat or lead a retreat, go on a retreat. I just see you leaving your environment, setting your sights on adventure and higher prospects and partnerships and doing that. It's like honing in on what truly calls to you and going in that direction. You need to let go of what is keeping you stuck somewhere or that you felt emotionally tied to so that you can move forward on this adventure that life wants you to go on and that you want to. It looks like it's something that you've already been looking at and contemplating. But it's like having your foot still planted in one place. And you have to step out of this fear or this obligation and go towards what you feel called to go towards. Like paradise is calling you. All right. So, what will this full moon reveal about who you truly are, my pal twos? Sun in Aries. Well, damn, here I am. I'm in Aries. And what did I just say? A leap of faith. New beginnings. You are truly somebody who has always been brave enough to take leaps of faith. So, and look at it's the same energy, the card. You've always been someone to take leaps of faith. That's who you truly are. You trust. And now it's time for you to do that again so you can get this new beginning that wants to come in. I also feel you've also always been someone who has helped and guided others towards their new beginnings, inspired others to take leaps of faith as well. Moon in Gemini. Should I stay or go? Indecision. So this is also to who you truly are. You tend to connect with people and places on an emotional level, on a heartfelt level, where it's difficult for you to let the sun set on a certain situation or relationship or place. And you truly struggle with the decision to walk away from people and places. And what that says about you is that you truly, when you extend yourself somewhere or to someone, you truly connect. It's not a surfacey thing. It's a true connection, which is why I see here you're willing to lug it along, even when it's a struggle. But Spirit is saying, take that leap and let it go. You know exactly what it is. First thing that came to your mind is what you need to cut off. Eclipse in Pisces. Free will. Serve your higher purpose. And that is who you are. You are meant to step into your higher purpose, whatever that may be calling you to be, to do, or whatever, or to go. And look, this is that same paradise feeling from the Two of Wands. When you truly step into who you truly are and you step into your higher purpose and you truly make the decisions necessary for your new beginnings, you take those leaps of faith through inspired action. When you bring all of these things together and actually use all the stuff you've been learning as you look at the big picture of things, as you sit and you think things through a little bit more deeply, but don't skip out on taking that action when you're being inspired to do so. When you do all of this, when you alchemize all of these energies, it's when you will transform any situation, including yourself. And that's your advice moving forward for the next 5 days. That's what you need to be aware of, is your ability to transform any situation by bringing together all of these wonderful aspects of who you are, of who you truly are. Vacation. Look, with the palm trees, what are you supposed to be, where are you supposed to be living or going? Maybe you're about to travel. Start a perfect vacation and enjoy the freedom. Take time to recharge. That's your advice for the next 5 days. Take time to recharge your energy. Start to plan your vacation. I feel like you need a break, my pal twos. You have your sights set here on an area that has palm trees. Like, serving your higher purpose brings you to this beautiful paradise with palm trees. Maybe you should also Google, what do palm trees mean on a spiritual level? Because sheesh, you're being beckoned towards paradise, towards peace and relaxation is what I'm feeling, which I feel like will be something new for you, something different. Maybe this map, you need to be filling out different land to see where you're being called to go. But I do feel you are going to go somewhere soon. It's just too much coming together to show that. This is what you need to know for the next 5 days. Oh, let me move that here. I'm sending you so much light and love. This is what I got for you, my pal twos. Very interesting read. I hope it made sense for you. If it resonated, please give me a thumbs up. If you love the way I do readings, you love my guidance, please subscribe to the channel. We're always welcoming new light workers here. Read my description. It will let you know how you can join a workshop that I have coming up or ongoing, how to book a reading. I'm also going to have an advertisement for that somewhere towards the end. Because I know just saying, send me an email, some people are like, saying what when you want a personal reading and not knowing the prices and things like what I have to offer. Yeah, it's a little vague. So I will put a promo at the end. You can skip past the next pal or you can watch it in order to see the promo. Also read the description for the other platforms that I am also offering free content on. You are also welcome there. I'm saving space for you and sending you so much light and love on your journey. Peace, blessings, and all of this beautiful energy that this full moon is bringing in for you, because you're a part of this light tribe. And I'll be back with Pal 3. See ya. Hey, Pal 3. Welcome to your reading. Let me take a sip of water. Okay. You were drawn to perfect fit. Finding the right path, the fit with the soul, the ideal job. You're meant to be here. So perhaps you've been having a few questions around career. Are you doing the right thing? Are you on the right path when it comes to work? And they're letting you know that wherever you are on your career path, you're supposed to be there at this time. Maybe it is in a space of questioning because you've done all you can or you learned all you can in a specific profession, and now it's time for you to move on. Who knows? We'll see. That's just what I was feeling. If you're here from PAL 2, because I did make a mistake with PAL 2, and when I said welcome to your session, I showed fingers number 3. Then you may be here also trying to figure out something as far as alchemizing, bringing together all of your gifts and talents so that you can create the right ideal job for yourself. All right, my 3s, you were also drawn to this amazonite, which I love amazonite crystal. It's just a soothing energy about it. But it's letting me know that you're very grounded in earth energy. You may even have a past lifetime in the Amazon. If you feel connected to that in any way, look into it. And it is really giving me a lot of Taurus energy. So you are going to be finding yourself very focused on money at this time and gain. Okay. But I'm seeing your connection to the earth being important. The more connected you are to the planet Earth, the more you can tap into your abundance. Okay. So what old worn out patterns need to be released for my Pal 3s? Find a balance. Full moon in Libra. All right. So you need to release where things feel imbalanced. All of that stuff that I talked about in the beginning that I hope I didn't delete, where I was talking about things not seeming balanced or fair. Either you are that person or you are who I was representing. You may have a pattern of taking more than you give. Maybe you are often someone who you have that go-to person that you dump your stuff on, or you have a location where you always go to just vent and release and scream. It's like there has to be a balance, there has to be a give and take. Just as you release somewhere, you have to also give back, because what you're taking from those people or that space is the energy, the pleasant energy. Because after doing all of that, venting and releasing, you feel lighter, you feel better. Why? Because you shifted energy, you released something into that environment or that person, and in turn was given something back. You have to remember to give back. Maybe do a calming prayer there, leave some flowers, plant a seed, listen to the person you vent to. Sometimes let them vent to you. There has to be a balance. And for others of you, you can't always be the person being vented to, or being the person that some people are always dumping or all their stuff onto, or being the one that puts in the most work in something and don't feel like other people are holding their own. These are patterns that have to be released, my threes. All right. You also have first quarter moon in Leo. Be humble. So I'm getting two things for you, my path threes. Either you are over the top humble, or you need to be a little bit more humble. So ways you can check yourself. Be humble. If you're over the top humble, you talk yourself down, meaning somebody can tell you how amazing you are, and you will still say, no, I'm not that great, in your mind. Because if you say it out your mouth, sometimes that's an ego thing. Sometimes that's you looking for people to feed your ego. Oh, I'm not that great, I'm not that amazing. So that people go, no, you are great, you are amazing. So that's not always humble. People get humble confused sometimes. Oh, excuse me. Okay. That's not being humble. Humble is when you truly, honestly, in your mind and heart, just know that you're great, but there's others who are just as great. And there may be others who are greater. And you're open to that. That's fine. But you can also be over the top humble, where it's like you're just never going to see yourself as, ooh, my stomach growled. Maybe you're hungry for some kind of attention or recognition. And a pattern you maintain is that I'm going to be humble. I'm not going to shine my light too bright, because then people won't like me. But they're like, you're never going to get fed that way. You're always going to be overlooked. And if you're humble, if you're what I call feed my ego humble, where it's like I'm going to play myself down in order to get recognition and praise and nurturing, then that's also a pattern that needs to be nipped. Because what'll happen is you'll get overfed that way. People will feel like you need more, you need this, you need that. And after a while, either you become arrogant, where all you see is you, and that's where an imbalance can happen in dealing with other people, because you start to think it's all about you. And this doesn't have to be consciously. You might not even realize you do it. Or you get annoyed with people doing that and not realizing you're asking for it. Okay. Okay. And what is a pattern for my threes? Step up and lead. New moon in Capricorn. My stomach is growling. I'm gonna have to munch on something real quick with this pal. I don't know. You guys are really, really in a place of, it feels like, hungry for some kind of shift, some kind of change. But I do feel like be humble is a real big game changer for you, either being not so over the top humble, or not that humble looking for recognition and upliftment, and finding the balance between the two. Step up and lead. Maybe you want to lead, my threes, But when you're in the leadership position and you're faced with the leadership responsibilities, you don't really want them no more. You want somebody else to do them. I'm sorry, I'm about to eat some Pringles. I'm just gonna toss them down my throat. For my stomach will shut up till I'm done. Then I could DoorDash something. But yeah, there's a need for you guys to lead. And I feel a pattern that you've repeated that needs to be released is having ideas but not wanting to lead and see them through. There's one thing asking for help. There's another thing asking for someone to do. An example. Let me drink this down real quick. Okay. Say you got a project you're working on, you want to do something on it that you're not really familiar with how to do. Let me think. Say, for example, you are a content creator. I'll use something I do. And you don't really know how to get in the algorithm, make a good thumbnail, make a good title that'll draw people into what you have to offer. So you turn to somebody who you feel like does know this. Where it could be a pattern, a bad pattern, is when you do this constantly. You turn to somebody that you feel like knows more. They offer you their assistance. They offer you their help. You're still like, I need more than that. Like, you're still nervous about doing it on your own. Still nervous about leading. And so, since this person seems to be a leader in that, you're kind of leaning on them to do it. Now, in some cases, they'll do it. And then that could be a bad pattern because you'll often turn to that person or different people to do the same thing without ever learning to take the lead and do it yourself. On the other end, you can often do that and then constantly knock down the person that offered it and then want to take over and lead because you feel like they're trying to dictate your path. For example, say they send you a title and they're like, this would be a title that would be eye-catching, that would be more bring more value to your platform, your content. And you look at it and you're like, this isn't me. This isn't what I want to say or how I want to be portrayed. And you end up totally not using what the person offered, which means you wasted their time and their energy. And then now you feel pushed to step up and lead because you feel like someone's trying to dictate your path forward. That's a bad pattern. It's one thing to collaborate with people. It's another thing to learn from people, but it's totally different when you're using their energy to boost you into a leadership position, or you're using their energy to just do the leading for you, you know. So look out for those patterns. Okay, they have to be released. So these are the spiritual gifts that will surface when you release these patterns. Okay. Maybe this will inspire you. Numerology. You're being called to interpret and convey messages of guidance and insight using numbers. So you might want to look into numerology. With that said, I am going to pay attention to the numbers on your cards and give you a little bit of a heads up on what those numbers could mean for you, since numerology seems to be important and one of the gifts that you're meant to enhance. Maybe you never even considered that. Psychometry. You're being called to sense and read the vibrations of objects and people through touch to connect to memories of the past. This is an amazing gift, my threes. I see why you have to clear these energies out in order to bring these spiritual gifts in, because these are gifts that really require your energy to be clear, especially psychometry. That's like saying, okay, I found this rock outside. This is pyrite, of course, but I found this rock outside, and just holding it and taking deep breaths or whatever your process is, and being able to tell you where this rock has been, the journey of this rock, how it ended up where you found it or where I found it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they're saying you have the ability to do. To put your hands on something and get a movie like vivid picture of the memory of it. And that goes with people too. You've ever touched somebody and felt like you could see their life flash before you? That's kind of like psychometry. Oh, wow. All right, what else? Remote viewing. You're being called to explore gaining information about distant, unseen subjects, objects, or locations. So not only will you be able to enhance a gift of touching things right there in the physical and feeling it, but you're also being told that you have an ability to learn about things that you haven't even seen, places, objects, and being able to see it vividly in your mind, like almost as if you're there taking a tour of it mentally. These are things you need to look into. Wow. So these are spiritual gifts that want to come to the surface once you release those patterns, worn out old patterns that need to be released. Okay, so let's see, where does your life need you to take a leap of faith at this time? Embodiment of Pentacles. Wow. It's like the King of Pentacles. Ooh, he did a spin too. Oneness. Wow. You're getting some deep cards. And Two of Swords. There's a choice you have to make that you need to take a real serious, I almost said a deep leap of faith, but a serious leap of faith. It has to do with your wealth, the support and loyalty you get from others. It has to do with your connection to source and the rest of the world. I feel like there's some spiritual gifts that you do need to enhance at this time. That's your connection to source energy, to your guides, to all of humanity. Because oneness is giving me the Fool card, like just trusting. Embodiment of Pentacles, you are one with value, worth, money, cash flow. Didn't I say its power was giving me money vibes? And then you have a choice that you have to make. There's a choice you don't want to make. It's like you know what you want to do, but you're not doing it. That is what you have to do at this time, is take that leap and just make that choice. And allow yourself to be guided by spirit and your connection to the universe. Be guided by what feels like it's calling you, your soul tribe. What feels like it will bring you material wealth as well. It's like there's a need for you to blend your desire for money with your connection to spirituality and spirit and the spirit realm. And there may be something you're doing that doesn't connect to that, and then something that you could be doing that would connect. And in order to connect, you have to make a choice. And it feels like the thing that is disconnecting you in a way needs to be the nipped choice, but it's not the one that you want to let go of. It's a difficult choice here. For you to get your material wealth, you do have to bond with spirit. But in order to fully and wholly bond with spirit, you have to let go of something. You have to make a choice. Each pal had to walk away from something. That's nuts. This pal, you actually know what you need to do. You have a choice here and you know what you want to choose. But it's almost like saying what you want to choose is not maybe in alignment with your financial abundance and your connection to source. So you have to really think about it. Are you choosing something because it boosts your ego? Are you choosing something because it doesn't require you to step up and lead? Are you choosing something because though there may be an imbalance in give and take, it's more give towards you. You're more on the receiving end. You have to look at all of these things when making this choice. But whatever it is you taking a leap of faith and trusting that the door you do go through is the right one. Wow. A little bit vague, but kind of not. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't give me many numbers, any numbers. Well, 1 and the 2 of swords. Oneness I'll take as one whole. 1. So I will say 2s and 3s give me the energy of a coming together, collaboration. So you may have to take a leap of faith when it comes to a love connection or a collaboration of working with people, joining forces with people. Also, when I see 1, it's about a new beginning. So this choice, this leap of faith is going to open the doors to a new beginning for you. Look into numerology. Will work wonders for you, my 3s. And your pal 3. 1 is and 2. 2 plus 1 is 3. Yeah. Look into that. All right. So what will this full moon reveal about who you truly are, my pal 3s? Moon in Libra. You got a full moon in Libra here. So there's a lot of Libra energy around you. Bring peace to your life and your relationships will flourish. Love. You are love, my 3s. You are love. And when things are not balanced, it's reflective in your life. You want to bring peace to your life, get things into balance. Make sure there's an equal give and take in your life. Be that energy of love. Don't just always be on the receiving end of it. Also give it. Card number 19. 1 plus 9 is 10. That's a 1 card. Another 1. A new beginning. Okay. Sun in Cancer. Home. Focus on your home and love. Look at that. You are love. And it does start in your home. You need to focus on your home life, putting love and energy into your home. And that's truly who you are. Somebody who people can, when they come into your home, they feel that love. As long as you keep the energy in your home, in the energy of love and light. Yeah. And the number 4 here, you're a homebody. You're about a stable home. You like to be in your home, so you want your home to be comfortable. Okay? And stable. You don't want to feel like I'm building a nest here and I might have to leave it, you know? And moon in Taurus. Well, finally somebody got the moon in Taurus. Personal growth, self-esteem, and would be humble and self-esteem, right? Together. So you truly are somebody who is open to growing, to personal growth. You are someone who, and this is not to say this is who you are in this moment, but it's who you truly are within. You are someone who, it's like, it's not easy for people to see the jewel you are, but now you're growing. You're realizing, let me show people the pearl that I got within me, and not just this hard outer shell. Your self-esteem is very high. You know your greatness, my threes. You know you're amazing. Your issue is you're in this toxic phase of humbleness. It's either the fake humble or the over the top humble. You know, and it's like you need to find that balance. But who you truly are is somebody who has high self esteem. You know your worth. Look at that. You are a rare gem. You're a pearl. You're someone who you live for personal growth. You're always looking for ways to level up and learn more about you. And you have card number 14. 1 plus 4 is 5. So this is something you're transitioning into. 5 is a number of transitions. You're transitioning, you're changing into someone who's starting to really grow as a person, not even so much spiritually all the time. You're growing as a person and starting to understand where you need more confidence, where you maybe need to balance out confidence, make sure it doesn't become arrogance, and just really, really hone in on being that light, that love. And that's what's going to draw in your prosperity and people who are loyal to you and support you, and not just feel like they have to nurture you and stroke your ego, or who feel like they always have to pick you up and carry you. No, you'll attract in people who support you because they see that light. Okay? So that's what you need to be aware of for the next 5 days. Finding the right path, the fit with the soul, the ideal job, knowing you're meant to be here, and being confident that you have the skill and the ability to do the things you desire to do. And limitations. Fear and doubt limit freedom of action. Let go of your worries. This is what you need to be aware of the next 5 days. Is your fears, doubting yourself, because all of that is limiting your ability to find the perfect job, the ideal job that's going to bring in the support and the money that you need. Connect to spirit, trust the process. Make the choice that you know you're meant to make moving forward, and everything will shift into balance. That's what I got for you, my threes. Wow. I hope this resonated with you and gave you some kind of eye-opening assistance as you move forward under the energy of this full moon in Taurus. If this resonated, give it a thumbs up. If you are new to my channel, please remember to subscribe and help me to continue to offer these free services. Read the description. It'll tell you all the ways that we can link up on my other platforms, where I offer more free content, the workshops I have coming up. And there is actually a promo coming up after this that will let you know how to book your own personal reading with me. You can book audio, video, or a one-on-one Zoom. Those are limited, by the way. The one-on-one Zoom readings are limited, meaning I only do a certain amount a month. And there are times of the year where I pull my energy back and I don't do them. So as long as they're in the promo ad, I'm still offering them. And all the prices will be in the promo, as well as how to book. I look forward to getting to know you on another level, sending you so much light and love, peace, blessings, and all that good stuff that's going to come to you from this full moon, because you're a part of this light tribe. Love you guys. Bye.